Good evening, folks. Welcome to the old Straight-n-Strop shop. So over the next few videos, this is what we'll be working on. This is a friend of mine that I met through the razor world, and he has sent me 20 some odd straight razors in one jump. These are all just going to be standard restorations. Might do a couple regrinds. I think we do have some that have some wasted blades. You know, when I see little guys like this, I just think of them fine tuners. I don't know about everybody else in the world, but I typically go in with 2 razors when I shave, especially if it's been a while since I've shaved. One to handle the weight, and one to do my second round against the grain, trim up my goatee. When I wore a mustache, rest in peace, thanks to my wife, it was used to trim up around the mustache and make it look nice and respectable like. He's got some pretty nice oldies here. Got some with some cell rot. Not a big deal. We'll definitely come up with plenty of extra scales here and there from the stash. Maybe even make him some. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, that's a nice big width. That'll be a fun one. So I'm kind of arranging these based upon I don't want to say condition or whatnot, but in ease. So the ones that are going to have to be broke down are going to go in one pile. The ones that are going to have something replaced on them are going to go in another pile. Then you'll have ones that's simply like this, and wow, this is actually in pretty damn good condition. Those will go in another pile since they're just cleanups, like this one here. Some real bitchin' scales, man. Huh. We'll use those on something else in the pile. You know, I see these, and that doesn't bother me too much to see a tip like that. But we can definitely straighten that out. We'll just try to curve it a little bit. We'll grind it down so at least it has some kind of uniform shape. Chip scales, that wouldn't bother me one bit in my own personal razors, but we'll contact the owner and find out exactly how he feels about it and what he wants to do. Nice little gold edge. Chip, these suckers are always so brittle. So brittle. But that one will come back around. That'll be a good shaver by the time it's said and done. Oh, gentleman's favorite. She's a beauty now, but I bet you that was a really good looking razor when it was first made. That's pretty. What do we got on the inside of there? Is that a different color, or is that just... Huh. That's really clean. I don't think that was used very much. We'll take a look at it underneath the scope here. I wouldn't doubt it if it's going to show a factory edge. Yeah. Yeah, that's factory. That's never been honed, never been touched, barely been used. That was a good find. Oh, that's a good sized gem too. I've always been a fan of this razor. That's a good shaver. It has a good feel to it. It's clean. Damn. Well, the scales are in good nick. We can actually remove this logo here. And then we can sand it down and we can have some pretty cleaned up scales that can go with any blade here, which I'm sure we'll need. I might actually have a focus blade somewhere amongst all the others. Well, that's a good size gold bug. You definitely don't see them that size very often. Nice. Oh, an old tally-ho. Old tally-ho. It's a good grind. That's going to need some new scales. Looks like somebody's already repinned it. Those are new pins. Somebody pinned that razor. I would have put a spacer down here. They obviously didn't. And it drops in there far enough, but it won't go in there on its own. It sticks out real far. You can get it down in there. That needs to be done, like so. I'll tell you what, we'll just pop the pins and put a spacer in there. We'll keep those old clear boys. They look nice. We'll clean them up. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. Or we can drop some custom pieces on there. That'd be a pretty bitchin' razor. Sorry, I'm not talking about anything right now. That would be considered useful information. Just kind of going through what some options would be. No, that ain't gonna work. That's not a bad looking razor right there. We'll see. I'll call the owner and find out exactly what he would like to do. First and foremost, I am not a jeweler's saw person. Nothing against anybody who uses the jeweler's saw to cut razors, pins. I'm just not really into it. Alright, there, those will definitely have to come off. Kind of sucks cutting these old pins. So these are just some flush nippers. But what I've done is I have sanded and filed that down flush to make sure that they don't grab into the scales when I'm nipping them. And when it comes to pushing the pin the rest of the way through, these holes work fine. You can find these all over cheap Asian sites. I don't want to say cheap. Something like this here. These little holes. I always use cork board, but you can push and you'll get that pin on the other side, and then you just grab it and spin it out of there. Now when you are pulling on them, you gotta kind of want to be real careful. You don't want to put too much pressure because you can pop that, but that pulls the pin. I don't know why I saved these pins. These are all from 3-4 months. The washers sometimes come in handy. But there we go. Nice pre-1890 blade. Looks like its geometry is good. I think that will hone up just fine, to be honest with you. Oh, find something flat here. Yeah, should be alright. Well, that'll work. I'm going to continue nipping these off. Just wanted to give a short little video of what's to come over the next days. We'll have to see if he wants to keep those. And what you can look forward to.